Speaking of the last administration, let's go to the PDP, which they had a very interesting weekend, if you want to use those words. It looks like they now have three chairmen of the People's Democratic Party, senator or governor, or whichever you want to call him, Ali Modu Sheriff, who was the former who was the last chairman and still claims to be the chairman because apparently the Port Harcourt convention was postponed, quote unquote. We also had a faction hold a convention in Abuja, and I think Ibrahim Mantu was elected. Then we hear the Port Harcourt convention also elected an interim chairman, Senator Ahmed McCarthy. The largest party in Africa, as they like to call themselves. What's going to happen going forward now? Is this the beginning of the end? Is this just a shake-up?
I must say it is very, very embarrassing. You know, now that the country is in need of a very vibrant opposition, now that the ruling party has not found its bearing and the common man is looking up to the PDP. The PDP have chosen to fail Nigerians. I'll put it that way. I mean, what is it going to take you to put your differences aside and form a very concrete opposition? Now, you didn't do so well. That's why you were voted out. And the least you can do for Nigerians right now is to provide a very, an average opposition at least. But the APC keep getting away with some guffs, some mistakes, and then there's nobody for... The PDP, as at now, aside strolling the APC, they never come up with what you expect the opposition. APC, in as much as they did it in idiot manners, they the quiet up the ant when it comes to playing opposition politics. So back to PDP and their three chairmen, it is embarrassing. Now there's a faction of men, of the founding members, the Ibrahim Mantu, Jerry Ghana, Professor Jerry Ghana. I mean, I believe many of those felt, they felt and feel that they are being sidelined. But there's an argument against them that when Jonathan, that they did not support the former president and sold out. Then there's this, the other faction, Ali Modu Sheriff faction, electing the man in the first instance is not good for optics for the PDP. The man has history. Okay. The PDP themselves, when the man was in APC, they used to call him Boko Haram sponsor. You know. So it is a policy somersault on for the PDP, and I hope that for the sake of the common man and for the country, they come together. And
what do you think is going to help that coming together now? I mean, we have some of the founding fathers, like you said. Do they still get listened to at all? We have, I mean, people like Ayokunle, for example. If they decide to call a meeting, are they still able to fix things? How much of a factor is President Obasanjo still? We don't know if he's a member of the party anymore. We know he allegedly also tore his card up one time. We don't know if he still has a say in the party. What does the party need to do at this stage? It looks like the most senior member of government in the party now is Senator Ayokunle. Can he play a role in this? What do they need to be doing now?
The only thing PDP members, those at the top, should do now is to drop their selfish interest. I mean, I quite expect some of these founding fathers, who were Ibrahim and who were there in 1998, 99, to let the young talks, as I'll put it, take charge of the party for now. You know, the old men are basically principally responsible for the perception people have of the PDP. Now, there are young talks in the PDP. I expect them to throw their weight behind people like Osita Chidoka, Donald Duke. He's still a PDP member, and then Frank Nweke Jr. Everybody should come together and then drop their selfish interest. That's very, very important. If not, the APC would the APC would just continue taking Nigerians for granted, you know.
Interesting stuff. Let's move on now to another member of the last government who did seem to have an issue during the week. We did hear that the former Minister of Finance and coordinating Minister of the Economy, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, was ordered to account for, I did hear about 30 trillion naira missing during the administration of President Jonathan. That's a lot of money.
Very lot. A lot of money.
That's how many years budget put together. But yeah.
I mean, I read some things on the judgment. I think there was a case instituted against her and the federal government by SERAP, a non-government organization. I believe they tried invoking the FOI bill tried invoking the FOI Act to, then they asked her to supply them with information as regards how the former government spent about 30 trillion naira accruable to the government, not basically missing,
yes.
Accruable to the government. Okay, how did you spend the money? You know, and for reasons perhaps best known to her, she neither approved of the request, neither did she refuse it. She just left it hanging, and they went to court. So it's good. You know, right now we have issues with transparency in the country. You know, this kind of judgment will encourage transparency. I actually hope someone will try invoking the FOI Act to make the president open the budget to all Nigerians, because I don't know why the president has been hiding that budget. The one he signed himself. You're aware that budget, people have been calling him for a full copy of the budget, and so the judgment is good. If she has nothing to hide, I mean, let her account.
Her case.
Yes.
Before we're going to just quickly now, the second quarter is in full swing. What are you expecting from the economy? What do you expect President Buhari to be doing? He's going to be celebrating his first day in office, like he said, in a couple of days. Very quickly.
You should listen to economists. You should listen to economists and do what is right for the economy, whatever he feels is right. But you should listen to economists properly.
Yeah.
That's what I feel he should do. But I mean, and I think his team, he should listen to his team as well, and stop being the all-knowing Messiah Nigerian cinemas.
Well, before I go, actually, very, very important point that also came up during the week. A Chibok girl was rescued, if I may use those words, and did meet with Mr. President a couple of hours after showing up. What's your take on that? I mean, one girl out of over 200. Is that progress? Are you excited that we might get more information from there? Yeah,
I'm excited. Forgetting the circumstances surrounding how the girl was either rescued or found, and the way the president turned everything to the presidency exposed the girl, but I feel is a step in the right direction. Every Nigerian should be happy that at least one of the girls is home, and perhaps very soon we see the others.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Ayokunle, for being here today. We expect you to come back when next we do ask for your attention. We'll take a break now and be right back with more. Please stay with us.